G'day and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham, and today I'm joined by Brett Smith, Managing Director of Corazon Mining. Now, Brett, you've had some recent, let's call it exciting drilling success at your Fraser Lake Complex within your Lynne Lake or near your Lynne Lake Project, I should say, over in Canada. It's a new way of drilling. It's a new way of identifying targets. And now you've been drilling around the complex for quite some time. This new technology, this new system you've used, it's really allowed you to sort of really focus in on the drill targets. That's my understanding of it. I'm sure you can explain it a little bit better.
Yeah, okay, Wally. Well, it's at Fraser Lake, which is about 5 k's away from the mining centre, which we also own. It's our main exploration focus. It's a big intrusive complex, bigger than the mining centre. And I think I explained to you earlier, doing geophysics over Lynne Lake is like looking into headlights. There's a lot of bright, shiny things that we can't see past. Unfortunately, caught up in that intrusion are a lot of red herrings. They're very conductive bodies that carry barren sulfides from the country rock that is intruded. It's like a big mixing pond of magma and country rock and all that kind of stuff, which is what's so exciting for us explorationists, because we can see actually ore bodies forming in front of us. But we've hit a lot of sulfide mineralization with our drilling, a lot of nickel, copper, cobalt mineralized sulfide with our drilling. We just haven't been able to find that high grade source, really the mechanism and the pathways which brought the sulfides up close to the surface. So that's what we've been looking for. And with this new technique, for the first time ever, we've been able to identify these things as individual bodies. We drill tested one of those and it's come up trumps.
All right, so you say you've been able to identify these targets and really systematically get into the right target now, and instead of drilling around it, you're actually drilling on it. Is that right?
Yeah, well, the most obvious thing geophysically previously, I describe as froth on the beer. It's the stuff marginal to what you're after. It's really low grade mineralization caught up in the magma that's coming out of these pipe like bodies. So we could see a lot of that, and that's what we were drilling. We couldn't see the main pipe like body within the Fraser Lake complex.
All right, so the announcement you released yesterday, so it said that you have you released some drilling results and that it was what you wanted to see. So what was it? What can you tell us?
It wasn't as big as we wanted. It wasn't as intense as we wanted, but what we had identified, I think, is one pulse of mineralized metal-rich magmatic sulfide. And at Lynne Lake, you see these things are multiple pulses impacting on top of each other. So it was probably our poorest target. It was the only target we could get to drill. It was the smallest target. And so what we hit was probably low to medium grade probably Lynne Lake mineralization. So that's where it's sat in the mineralized domains of the mining center. So it's encouraging. We're looking for that, but bigger and also with multiple events. So this looks like it's one isolated pipe-like body, and we've since discovered it's part of a much bigger, intrusive area within the Fraser Lake complex, which is about 500 meters in diameter. What we drilled is about 30 meters in diameter. That's it. So as far as precision goes with geophysics and drilling, we've ticked a box there.
All right, so you've achieved that with this round of drilling. What's next?
Well, I wish we could get straight out and drill these bigger targets, and priority targets, but it's quite wet out there. It's quite muddy on the surface. The best time to do this regional kind of work is in winter, when things start to freeze and you get snow that you can pack down. We'll keep monitoring the ground conditions there, and if we can sneak out and drill, we will. But a best case scenario, I think, at this stage would be the start of winter at Lynne Lake for a drill program. We're still continuing with our mining studies on the main mining centre, and they're going well. And when we can, we'll put updates on that work out to the market. And we're still diligently trying to get drilling in Western Australia at the Miriam lithium and nickel project just outside of Kilgardy.
Oh, okay. And what's the situation there? Are you able to get out there and do some drilling?
We've got very big government departments these days. Well, I don't know what I can say. We're just ticking boxes at the moment, working towards getting the permits. It's just a process, but we're getting closer and closer every day.
Well, yeah, but as we can see with a few other companies around the ASX, it's well worth hitting that WA lithium. All right, Brett. Well, everything sounds pretty interesting for Corazon at the moment. Obviously, some encouraging news coming through from Canada, and also plenty to wait for in WA. So you always know where to come and tell us. You know where to knock on the door and get the news out. So we look forward to catching up again soon.
Yep, hope to see you soon, Wally. Thanks.